Next will be Jeff Carlisle from ESPN FC.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, guys. My question is for Brenden. It's been reported that you have a release clause in your contract if Leeds were relegated. And just in terms of your future, do you want to leave? Do you feel like you have to leave in order to keep moving forward as a player? I mean, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm just with the national team, so I just want to focus on the national team. That's where all my thoughts are right now, and that's the only thing I'm focused on at this moment. So I'm just focused on the next game against Mexico, and then winning this one, and then going to the next one.
Okay. What do you think of the upheaval in the coaching ranks in terms of, obviously Greg's contract expired, Antonee takes over, now BJ has to take over. I mean, what's it been like to navigate those challenges?
You've done the talk. I'll take this one. It's not much has really changed from a player side. We've obviously got our sort of culture and principles that exist on and off the field, and BJ's message coming into the boys has just been to carry that on. There's a lot of guys who've been here on a lot of trips, and a couple of new guys, Flo being one of them. So just getting them into the feel of things, and then on the pitch, tactics have stayed the same. Personnel might change, but we know how we want to play, and we know that we're here to win another tournament. So all the off the stuff field doesn't really matter to us.
Next will be Michele Giannone from Tudene.
Thank you, Michael. This is from Brenden. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Where do you expect to play? Do you see yourself on this team on the wing, on the midfield? We know that with Hudson, especially, we saw a little bit of a shape change in the midfield with the double pivot and maybe playing with a 10, you or Gio. Where do you see yourself, or what have you talked with BJ, or where does he see you? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I've known BJ for a long time. I mean, it goes all the way back to the Philadelphia Union, and now it's great to see his rise and great to see him get a chance as the head coach. So I'm really happy for him, first and foremost. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about it, and the thing about me is I can play different positions, so I don't really mind playing each one. I've been rolled out in each position in this camp, so I really don't prefer. It's completely up to him, and I'm just willing to help the team whatever position I'm in.
Next will be Michael DeCourcy from the Sporting News.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Brenden, if you don't mind. How do you guys look at not having the permanent coach as do you put aside trying to make progress generally, and does that make you focus even more so on the game at hand?
Yeah, I think Jedi hit it on the spot pretty well. I think that the group is just, it's been an interesting year with all the coaches that have come in. But I think BJ's been here for a long time, ever since the beginning, and he knows how we want to play. He knows the players that we have really well. So not much has changed, and I think the biggest thing for us is the players have stayed together through all of it, and we're the same team, and we love each other a lot, and we get along so well. And I think that helps, and I think that helps on the field a ton.
Next will be Brenda Alvarado.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, guys. First of all, thanks for your time. My question is for both of you, but after what Ricardo Pepi said, that the U.S. has more quality than Mexico, do you guys feel pressure for win that semifinal on the Nations League?
Is that what he said, yeah? Go on, Pepi. I mean, the pressures, it's not specifically that, we've got to be better than Mexico per se. Obviously, we want to on the day. Every team we go out to play, the goal is just to win, but they're just the team at the moment standing in the way of us getting to the final and winning another trophy. So on the day, we're going to have to try our best to be better than them. But, if we don't perform to the standards we are as a knockout tournament, we've got to find a way to win and dig in, and sometimes it has to be like that.
Next will be Sanjay Sujan Thakumar.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, guys, for your time today. One question for each of you. Brenden, without commenting specifically on your transfer speculation with Leeds and your situation, could you just talk about how not just you or Christian or Weston or Tyler, it seems like there's a lot of guys in the pool who are coming into this window with their futures up in the air. Could you just talk about what it's like to be in camp during that, and if you guys talk about that at all, and if there's any recruiting going on, just what the environment is like knowing you have that in the background. And then for Jedi, what's it like to have Chris Richards in camp, and how excited are you to play with him?
Yeah, I'll go first. We don't really talk about personal things. I think coming into camp and just is about having fun, and seeing the guys for the first time in a while. So I know a lot of the guys probably outside know that we like to get into golf, so we've had days to go out and enjoy ourselves and not focus on other things, so we've been able to just get out and enjoy each other and enjoy the training sessions, and really just now it's now full focus on the next game at hand against Mexico and treating that like a final and then on to the next one.
I'm very excited to have Chris in camp, obviously. Just as a guy to have around, he's one of the funniest players in the team. Me and him get on really well. Seen each other a couple of times in London, not before we came out, so I was hoping that he stayed fit, managed to make the trip out, and hopefully if we get the chance to play together. It's been a while since we did last play together, but I really enjoy playing next to him. He's really comfortable on the ball, solid defending. So if we're rolled out, then I'm sure it'll be a lovely experience.
Next will be Charles Bone from
Guys,
MLSsoccer.com.
thanks for speaking today. I hope you'll both tackle this one. Just to follow up on what you said, Jedi, about Mexico. I understand the mentality that's just the team in your way right now, but what is the state of this rivalry? I know you guys have both faced them in different settings and different stakes. Like, is it really just another quality team that you have to get through, or is there extra spite, with the history and the border rivalry?
I don't think you can ever get away from that rivalry that we have with them. It's always going to be an intense game. There's always going to be a big atmosphere around it. But yeah, like you said, in terms of how we're feeling about the rivalry, obviously, it's a little bit of an extra motivator to us. Might be different if it was a final, but this is a semi-final. It's, like you said, it's another quality opponent that we've got to get through to get to the final. But someone that we've faced a lot of times. Pretty recently, we've had a pretty good record against them as well. So we'll obviously just look into going to that game as prepared as possible for every outcome and how they're going to be, and try and play our best football and hope it's enough.
We'll go to Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
Thank you, Michael. And Brenden, you mentioned golf there, and the video came out of Flo taking his first golf swings and kind of getting into that with the team. So I kind of wanted to ask you guys, first of all, what was that like, kind of getting Flo on the course and getting him integrated into this little golf system that you guys have going on? And two, just having him around now that he is initiated with the golf game and stuff, what's it kind of been like having him around, and how has he kind of fit into the group?
Yeah, I mean, talking about that day, it was great because I was walking out as the video was being taken, and I had seen the shots from afar. But I mean, it's super tough. I mean, playing golf for the first time, I think everybody knows that. But I mean, it's just great to have him get out there, and I mean, it's an uncomfortable situation. You're swinging a golf club for the first time, but it goes to show, it goes to show you that he's comfortable with the group. He feels like he's a part of it already, and I think that's an amazing start. And I think, on the field, he has so much quality so far. I mean, in and around the box, you see how easy it is to score goals. So it's really good having him in the team, and we're really excited to have him. He's an awesome kid. So
next will be Donald Wine.
Thank you, Michael, and guys, thank you for your time. You just arrived in Vegas, I guess today or yesterday, and it's the first time I believe that both of you played on the national team in Vegas. With it being Nations League, with it being Mexico, I know a lot of the fans are super excited about this particular weekend. Does that add to the glitz and glamour of this particular tournament being in Vegas? Does that add to any of the pressure that you guys face? Or is it just where you guys are sitting there another day, another city, another chance to be successful?
You can say this one, bro. I've answered that question twice now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, there's going to be a lot of hype around the weekend. I mean, it's a chance to win a trophy, and that's always going to be big for us, is we want to win trophies. And I know there's a lot of headlines and stuff about it, but what we're focused on as a group, and I think what we do well, is we block away everything else and we focus on the task at hand. The task at hand is winning another trophy and bringing it to the cabinet. So I think the group is super focused. We're really ready to go. And I think that's what we've been this entire year. And we know how to turn the game mode on. And I think that everybody feels ready to go and ready for these two upcoming games.
We'll take two more questions and continue with Hector Lazzari.
Hi guys, thanks. It's Hector Lazzari from Claro Sports in Mexico City. I have one question for each of you guys. First, for Antonee, I wanted to ask if, as a more experienced player, let's say, than maybe Brenden in the national team, do you feel that the games against Mexico have changed in the last years? Maybe the US play a little bit more, trying to find counters a couple of years back, and now you have more the ball. And also, I wanted to ask Brenden if you feel that Mexico right now is a little bit on a downswing, maybe after the World Cup and all the changes, that they are a little bit worse than in the previous Gold Cup and the Nations League. Thanks.
Yeah, from the times that I've played against them, obviously every game's pretty much been a fight first. You know, it's kind of trying to win your battle and then the football comes through. And I think just as a team, as we've come into our own and this group has been together for a number of years, we've, you know, slowly just gotten better. We obviously had a lot of sort of young prospects and talented kids coming through when I started being in the team, and we've all had years together to play with each other and sort of form that bond and get used to the principles that we all play with. So I do think that we just kind of have improved as a team generally, so that makes the game a little bit easier. But at the same time, the style it completely is going to come down to how we want to play, and then the opposition they set up and how they're playing, and we have to figure out ways to get through them. And then if that's not working, you know, be able to go to plan B, be, you know, adjustable. And most importantly, you know, we've got talented boys on the team, play with freedom, and let them, you know, sort of try and hurt the other team.
And sorry for my question, you asked if I thought Mexico was on the downswing.
I think he asked you, like, based on your experience, have the games changed? So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't, for the times that I've played Mexico, I mean, the games are just different, you know, the speed's different, the way that we play, it's tough games always. So I don't think that Mexico is on the downswing at all. I mean, from my way of thinking, it's every game's a rivalry game, and it's tough to play in these games, you know. So for me, the quality's never not been there. It's just the games are always tough, you know, and that's how it is.
Last question comes from
Thanks,
Andrew
MK,
Jones.
as always. First for Jedi, you mentioned Chris Richards being one of the funniest guys on the team. What's been the funniest thing he said up in camp so far? Heard him singing "There Goes" and how he's adjusted to moving to London with Crystal Palace. If you had a chance to hang out with him much. And Brenden, who's the best golfer and golf coach on the team after that happened with Flo?
So in terms of funny, I mean, some of the stuff he says, I'm not willing to repeat. But you know, with him moving to London, he always, whenever he comes in and he picks up some English slang, it really makes me laugh. You know, he started getting onto the fact that in England, an insult is calling someone a sausage, which he just dies every time he thinks of that. But you know, that's what I'm saying. It's so stupid, but he loves it. But yeah, other than that, he's just been goofing around, just, you know, saying random stuff, and he's been really entertaining for the boys. Yeah, that's all I can say really. But in terms of like hanging out in London, he likes to come see me every now and then. We went out for dinner not long ago in London. He loves coming around to see me, Darcy, and the baby as well. So you know, it's nice having him around.
Yeah, and for me, the best golfer and golf coach. I mean, what I've heard, I haven't been out with Walker and Christian yet, but I heard that they played really well the other day, right?
Really well, man.
They played really well. So I think it's probably between them for the top two on the team as of right now. And golf coach, that's a good one. Who gives some good lessons out?
I've not seen anyone actually do much coaching. Christian,
Weston was trying in the one with Flo.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't go as well as I liked.
I think Christian's. He was trying to coach in Decas when we played.
Yeah, I'd probably say one of the best too. Yeah,
but in terms of them too, because Walker's can just bomb shots long, I think if it's a longer course, Walker would have the edge. But Christian's short game's way better than him. So
yeah, it's very close. Very close.
But when they played scramble together the other day, they complement each other so well. Because Walker just gets it down there. Christian chips on.
Yeah. So those two are definitely the best. And coach probably between those two too.
We might have a pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah, honestly,
I'd love to see that.
That would be a great one. I would pay money for that too, to be fair.